Hey there, everyone. It's let's see here. Just turned Sunday, March 23rd. A little bit late here. This is just going to be a quick video, but there's something that came up in the news a couple of days ago. I forgot to talk about it, and I decided to talk about it now and post a quick video. It's very Alberta specific, so if you're not in Alberta, Canada, then it doesn't really apply to you, or it doesn't apply to you at all, and you have to be on AISH. But this is in relation to the Canada tax benefit that is coming in July from the federal government. Now, when the federal government, the Liberals, back with Trudeau, started this program, they stipulated that you needed to have a disability tax certificate, and you have to apply for that. I was fortunate; my doctor did the paperwork for free, but to apply, if you have AISH, in order to get this $200 from the government, you have to apply for it. If you have the tax certificate, you automatically will be registered into the program and you'll get it. Regardless, everybody on AISH will be getting a letter in the mail explaining this. But here's the thing that sucks is when the federal government set this program up, it was under the auspices that the provinces would not claw back any money from their provincial disability programs. This was going to be an augment. Well, guess what Danielle Smith and the Alberta UCP party are doing is they are clawing back the $200 from your AISH payment. So for my AISH payment, I was kind of banking on making an extra $200 come July, but now I'm not. So basically, the provincial government's paying you $200 less, and the federal government is paying that extra $200, and those of us on AISH are not going to be any further ahead. So I've written my MLA. He happens to be an NDP, and I know him, and I'm here in Lethbridge. So, but anyway, yeah, I emailed him and kind of just talked to him about that and also the healthcare scandal. And after a few emails and communications with him, he's asked me if I'd be interested in crafting a letter with his help to be presented into the legislature in the province of Alberta. So I encourage everybody, go on the government, just Google Government of Alberta MLAs, and it will just take you to the government site, and then just look up your MLA. And it doesn't matter if they're conservative or NDP, just write your MLA if you're on AISH. Even if you're not on AISH, it's just not fair. I mean, AISH, you make $1,860 or $1,925 now a month. I mean, it's more generous than a lot of provinces, but it's pretty expensive here in Alberta too, right? And $2,000 a month is, it's not a lot of money. But anyway, I just wanted to say that make your voices heard. You need to call your constituent's office for your local MLA, email them, email Danielle Smith. All the email, phone numbers is all listed in the directory for their MLA offices. Contact the minister involved, seniors and disability services member. I'm not exactly remember what he's called, but make your voice heard. Tell them that this isn't fair, that this is stupid, and that they're just taking and they're saving $50 million a year. That's what they're saving, and it's going to go into general revenue or to use the money to do tax cuts for the middle class, which I agree. Tax cuts, great, no problem. But maybe take a little bit of money from the oil companies and leave the poor people and the disabled. I mean, they've already cut eye care for seniors and some kids, some eye care services, delisting stuff. I'm diabetic, so I'm entitled to have one of those blood sugar monitors. Yeah, AISH will cover that. But if they cover that, then I don't have my needles for my insulin pen aren't covered, right? So I can either have the needles or I can have the blood sugar monitor. Well, good thing I'm okay with giving myself a finger prick, so it's not a big deal. I'll just take the needles. But it's just silly and ridiculous, and people just don't remember or tend to forget or just stuck into whenever conservatives are in power, they just do everything that they can to hurt the vulnerable, right? If people are down already, it's easy to keep them down, right? They view you as competition. They don't want to see you freeloading off of the system, right? And it's just tiring. I've discovered though that with my political activism and my Just, yeah, my TikTok and my threads and everything. And it's just, yeah, I was talking to my ex-wife, and she's been a lifelong NDPer, and we had a conversation a couple of days ago about our son, and ended up talking politics for a bit. And I mean, I was a lifelong conservative, you know, it just so. At the end of the conversation, she said, "I never expected, you and I to agree on politics." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm definitely left of center." Um, but yeah, so I just have got to thinking, and I've been pondering this for a while, that when it comes to people who are on AISH, I can be a little bit of an outlier. Yeah, there are people out there like me who are. I don't want to use the word normal, right? Because my education is in child and youth care, and I worked with adults and youth with developmental disabilities and fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, and physical disabilities. I'm in a unique position because at one point in time, 20 years ago, I was the worker, and now I am the client, right? But I'm a little bit more outspoken and eloquent with my thoughts, and having navigated both sides of the system, being a worker, being a client, I have a unique perspective. And I don't know how many people in the province of Alberta would be, at one point in time in their life working with people on AISH, and then later on in life being on AISH. So, I'm going to see where this goes, and see if my voice can travel and educate people and get them helping applying for programs, because there's a lot of programs out there provided by provincial and federal governments that people just don't know about it, right? Governments have programs, but they don't have it make it easy to find this stuff. So who knows? Who knows where it's going to be? But in the meantime, yeah, my letter is going to be crafted with my MLA, presented into the legislature. I don't know what that entails. No clue. I've never done anything like that, but I'm sure I'll find out shortly. But yeah, so if you, and I don't know if they're just going to automatically deduct AISH $200 a month, regardless if you have the disability tax benefit or not, because it's a complicated document. Like if my doctor, like I said, covered mine. He did my paperwork. I did the same at the same time as I applied for AISH. So, but my doctor now, I have a new doctor. Just looking at his thing, if for stuff like that, he charges like I think $149. So but it's a worthwhile expense. But do people on AISH have an extra $149 to spend to get this disability tax benefit? Right? Not a lot. It's tough to live on a limited income, right? So, I guess, yeah, just do research, dig around, see what you can apply for, see what benefits are out there. If you haven't filed your taxes and you're lower income, file your taxes, right? You're not going to owe, but if you are eligible, you will have back carbon tax. That's ending, but you'll still be eligible for any back payments that are owed. GST. I had one of my neighbors that hadn't filed taxes for like 8 years. And I convinced him, I was like, why haven't you? Well, it's couldn't be bothered, And I'm like, man, fuck, let's get your taxes done. So I helped him get his taxes done. Like, he was just on AISH. I mean, it was just simple, right? Didn't take long. And yeah, he ended up getting like $1,300 in past GST rebates and carbon tax. And he was just like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, man. Like, utilize the services that are out there. But contact your MLAs. It's the only voice we got right now in Alberta. Contact your MLAs. Let them know how just angry you are at the AISH cutoffs. And if you're not on AISH, be mad about the scandals in the healthcare services or the demands that she's laying to our new prime minister, basically sounding like a petulant child. All of these things. But you got to use your voice. You got to let your friends and neighbors know, and volunteer for your candidate, door knock, phone calls, call their campaign offices, see what you can do to help. Get engaged. People don't take politics in their lives. They say, I vote once, whenever, and that's it, right? But it's a 365-day a year thing that you need to do, because if you don't protect it, it will get taken away. So make sure that you vote and write your MLA, okay? Okay, have a good night.